What is up? It's Dakota Layden here from Destination Fear, and you are listening to the Paranormal Zone.
A ghostly apparition in the dark of night.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Mike, do you feel like laughing? In between coughs and gags?
Laughing. I laugh as much as I can.
Does it hurt to laugh?
It does. Physically, emotionally, and mentally sometimes.
Really? All three?
But again,
Laughter.
we are not talking anything medical.
No. But I'm saying, laughter is like it's a wonderful medicine in itself. And that really sucks that when you laugh, you hurt. Not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally.
Yes.
I mean, do you need to lie down for this episode?
Well, only if I start snorting when I'm laughing.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, that has been talked about in the past. Like when we do, that has been talked about in the past when we visit, like the Sally house or the upcoming visit to the Velisca house. If your back is truly troubling you, still at that point, we can do the entire investigation with you lying on the floor, like in a prone position, and you can have your phone on you, and I'll walk around the house and you can watch.
Maybe we could bring an office chair with wheels.
Ooh, hey,
or
that could work.
Or a mechanic's creeper.
Hey, we got time to plan. We
do. We do.
And no, you're going to be up and at 'em like a young whippersnapper by this summer for sure, right?
I should be better off than what I was at the last time we went to the Boyd house. I would be better than that. Yeah.
You'd be able to walk up and down a flight of stairs without
grunting
and groaning, trying to take photos with one hand and your other hand.
Yeah, looking for a spirit on the stairs to give me a hand.
But it is good to see you, Mike. All physical ailments aside, it is February 6th, 2026. Yeah, we thought we'd We thought we'd record another flagship episode for our loving listeners out there, and they're going yay, or some of them are going, oh my god, this is overdoing it way too much, buddy.
Loving what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. It's like your bi-weekly, this is the listeners now, your bi-weekly method suits us just fine. We don't need to OD on too much Paranormal Zone garbage, right?
Yeah, right.
Man, I sound negative. I need to stop.
Yes, negative Peppermint Patrick.
Yes, Peppermint Patrick is my name. And I am joined, as always, by my co-host with the ghost, Jaundice Jake. Hi, Jaundice Jake. Why do you say that? You don't look yellow or anything. You look
have you ever
fine.
been jaundice? You're jaundice once, you never forget it, I'll tell you that.
Once you go jaundice, you never go back.
Yeah, it's frightening.
So I understand totally. But it's got a nice little ring to it, I guess. So
looks like you took a bath in iodine or something.
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of gives me like the Joliet Jake vibe, from the Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah. Oh,
a little bit.
I thought of Jake Busey.
That too. Jaundice Jake Busey.
The better actor of the father-son duo.
I wasn't sure if I should have just stuck with Peppermint Patty or just gone with Peppermint Patrick. So
you would never have said Peppermint Pat.
Nah, Peppermint Pat. Oh,
Pat.
No,
it's just Peppermint Pat.
Exactly. Everybody says, "What's that?" It's Peppermint Pat. Woo! So,
yeah.
Well, we have an interesting one, hopefully entertaining topic tonight, Mike. Yeah, we've done it before. We got a different spin on it. We got some new additions to some ridiculous cryptids, some chucklesome cryptids, if you want to.
Ridiculous cryptids, some
yes.
chucklers.
Some loony lizards, perhaps, some whimsical whaley water creatures. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
Chuckles, but not referring to the old vintage gummy type gooey, sticky, sugar coated squares of candy that you used to be able to buy. I remember when I was a little kid, you buy Chuckles. You ever heard of those?
No.
Yeah. Oh, they're wonderful.
When you say Chuckles, what pops into my brain, and 80s kids who were fans of the G.I. Joe action figure explosion in the mid-19...
tiny little 2-inch dolls that you used to
No,
play
they're
with?
3 3/4 inch, and you could articulate them, and they were awesome. And I love them all, way better than the 12-inch dolls.
You could articulate the hell out of a 12-inch figure as well.
But anyways, when you say
action
Chuckles,
figure. Anyway, go
when
ahead.
you say Chuckles, that reminds me of my least favorite G.I. Joe character, and his name was, you guessed it, Chuckles. I hated it. I mean, they have like Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Blowtorch, General Hawk, Roadblock, Chuckles. It's like, no, thank you. Get out of here, Chuckles.
He wore a jester's hat.
Well, I believe he was an undercover agent. And so he was depicted in very casual, like, street clothes. And it's like, I'm like, I don't want this. What am I supposed to do with this thing? He's boring. And his name is Chuckles. It's like, no.
Well.
Anyways.
Well, they had to keep somebody on the board.
Thanks for listening, everybody. That's all we got for this week. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway.
I'm kidding. Thank you all who are tuning in for the first time. This is the Paranormal Zone, your weekly dose of all things, hell, you guessed it, paranormal, strange, and mysterious. My name is Patrick, or the aforementioned Peppermint Patrick, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host with the ghost, the paranormal poster boy himself, Jaundice Jake. Yes, Mike Carbno, it is good to see you, my friend, and I'm ready to kind of just take my mind off everything, and we're going to talk some loony cryptids today. Some hopefully fairly humorous encounters. I'm not saying, and we are not saying, that these encounters did not happen. Okay? We're not saying anything negative.
They're just a wee bit loony.
Just
Looney Tunes.
That was terrible. That didn't sound good at all. But as longtime listeners know, Mike, more often than not, we start off each and every episode with our Ghost Gab segment. And I still don't have flippin' proper music to introduce this thing. And maybe I never will. Maybe that'll be yet another running gag of ours.
At this point, I'm pretty much, not counting on anything.
Yeah, pretty much. I get you. So I shall play this one because it has become one of my favorites.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Wow.
Yes, as we are reunited, and we're going to talk a little Ghost Gab. I sent you a text message a few days ago, Mike, about something that may or may not have happened to me, which may or may not be paranormal in nature. Shall I share it with you?
Yes, I think it's a wonderful story.
Really? Do you? Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're mocking me.
No, hey, the last paranormal event I had was pretty damn boring, so yours is just fine.
Well, and if you are new to the program, we do thank you for checking it out. We hope you stick with us for the entire episode, because more times than not,
we beg.
Yeah, more times than not, we beg. Before the end of the episode, you're like, man, I listened this whole entire time. Maybe I did it out of sympathy, maybe empathy. I don't know, but I kind of like these
50
guys.
minutes I'll never get back.
Right, exactly. Or they could do that, and then they leave a bad review, and then they block us or something.
Then Patrick's in a mental turmoil for the next year.
No. I've got
his hair will start falling out.
I've gotten past that point of taking it personally.
Get a really bad rash.
Hey, it happens. Okay.
It does.
But we do start off each episode. We talk about our favorite topic, all things ghosts, all things paranormal. Sometimes you throw out theories. Sometimes we talk about investigative methods, television shows. But more often than not, we talk about potentially paranormal personal experiences. That's an alliteration right there that you don't want to say 3 times fast on a podcast. You're popping your P's when you're talking about potentially paranormal personal experiences. I have to be very careful when I say that. Stop it. Stop. Please. He's giggling now as he's taking a giant gulp out of his mug the size of his head.
Taking a gulp of black orange Pico Lipton tea out of my big insulated Bubba mug.
Lipton tea. So I shall move my way backwards and find the extraordinarily long text message that I sent you. And I shall cut it down as short as I can, leaving out some tidbits of information. But here we go. And Mike, feel free to interject anytime you want.
Sure.
Okay? So, longtime listeners may know that I work in education. And the other day I was working by myself for most of this particular day because I was practicing to administer.
You're actually a perpetual student.
You had to reveal it, didn't you? You had to reveal it.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I know you.
You're much more noble in your profession than that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you, sir. So I was off by myself doing my own thing for the purpose of administering a fast bridge test to some of the students that I work with. And I wanted to make sure I got it down so I was able to administer it properly. So I was in a side, but without revealing details and locations and all the stuff. I was kind of in a side room. I was away from the main area of chaos known as the school. Okay? And I'm saying chaos in a good, positive way.
Yeah.
So I stepped out. Most days. I described to you here the exact location, but it doesn't necessarily matter. The room that I work in has a door that connects directly to the little side area that I was sitting in by myself, practicing to administer these tests, right? A quiet space. So as nature calls, at one point I have to get up and use the restroom.
You have to urinate.
That happens. I had to urinate. Yes.
Because I know you won't poop anywhere but home. So
that's a fact.
That's very true.
It'll never change.
I don't blame you.
So at one point I had to get up and use the restroom. And I was walking towards the nearest available in a portion of the building that was connecting to another hallway, yada, yada, yada. No one understands, and I'm sorry, I don't want to bore you with the layout of the workspace. Anywho, after walking back, Mike, from this same restroom, I treaded the same trail, right? I walked my exact path. And on the way back, I was like, oh, well, there's a shiny, damn near full-length, brand new pencil laying right in the pathway, right on the floor.
Where you had previously walked.
Where I just previously walked. Now, people are saying, well, okay, who cares? Whatever. You didn't see the pencil. You simply did not see it on the way there. I say to those that you need to know me a little bit.
This is very true.
I am what you call... I do have some OCD in me. And so what level on a rank of 1 to 10? I don't know. I don't know where I would rank.
It's bad enough.
I find myself, it's bad. I find myself, when I'm perusing the hallways of the school, even, if I'm in a hurry, if I'm trying to get to a certain place quickly and I can't be distracted. I'm always, if I see anything out of place, on the ground, particularly writing utensils, I pick them up. I see them. I spot them. I see them out of the corner of my eye. If I'm not even looking for them, I see them. They're right there. I cannot miss them. And I'm like, I start shivering and shaking and convulsing.
Your writing utensil radar is continually on.
Oh, there it is.
You hear Patrick coming before you even see him. Then
Right, exactly. From my giant forehead, you can see the lights.
It's got the head of a pilot whale.
Exactly.
Anyway,
glowing, emitting, a certain color. But anyways,
Anyway.
yes. So very briefly, I do not see things,
right.
let alone when I'm by myself and I'm in a totally separate area where no pencil should be on the floor. And even if it was on the floor, I would have seen it when I walked to the restroom in the first place. So I was like, okay, whatever. Why is that there? Why did I not notice it? Anyways, I picked up the pencil and I went and I sat down at my little temporary workstation. And there was another pencil that was already on my workstation next to my laptops. I had two of them there. And I casually placed the pencils next to one another. Okay. And they the way that I laid them down next to each other, they were kind of like tip to tip, like lead to lead,
Very OCD like. Probably.
I
must touch these two leads together
Yes.
as if they are mating. Touch, touch, touch.
Touch.
And you had to make sure 3 times in a row that they were still touching.
Yes, and touching and caressing and loving and getting to know the lead.
They call that lead love. Anyway, go ahead.
So I don't know why. That's just how they were. That's how I placed them there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're kind of shaped like an L, right? Lead tip to lead tip.
Yes.
Shaping like an L. I'm doing this very awkwardly for Mike on the camera right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like on the way to scissoring, but only with. Well, the way you had your hands up. Is this a Patreon? No, it's not.
Enough of that.
I'm sorry.
No, it isn't. This is a
I
function.
know. I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
As I wrote in my text message to you, I said, I'm a stickler. Maybe I should name myself that today. Stickler Peppermint Patty.
I can be Jonas Jake, and you can be Stickler Dick.
Hey! That sounds like a 1960s folk duo. I like that.
Jake and Dick.
The John
I'll play the mandolin. You can play the kazoo.
The kazoo.
We can be on the TV.
Oh, you had to say the TV like that,
anyway.
Didn't you? So, anyway, I placed the pencil on the table next to me, next to the other pencil, and as I said, they kind of made that little casual, like L sound, or as Mike said it, dangerously close to scissoring. Thank you very much. I casually laid them down. Now I forgot about them. I forgot about these dang pencils, and I went back. There were to my left. Then I turned a half a foot to my laptop and my computers, and I'm working la 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 la, and I forgot about them. And I just casually glanced over, and then, to my surprise or not, the two pencils were totally parallel to each other, contacting each other, and lined up like as equally as they could be, as far as lengthwise.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't set them like that.
Of course, did it look like they were spooning after their lead gloves?
They looked like they were spooning pencils. If they had any sort of curve to them, yes, definitely would have been spooning.
Yeah.
But no, they're totally contacting, laying next to each other. And now everyone's going, oh my God, what a dork you are. That means nothing. They simply rolled. The table's at an angle. There's, something uneven caused these to move. Well, I thought of that too, boys and girls. And I was like, oh, interesting. So I realigned them to touch tip to tip again, as I just had them. And I go, God, did my water bottle somehow bump those and make them roll together? So I grabbed my water bottle, very large water bottle.
And
I sat there and
your water.
So I wish I could see like a security camera and see what I'm looking like doing this. I'm sitting with my water bottle and I'm hitting the table going clunk, 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 clunk. No movement. I was like, okay. And then I start pushing at the pencil with my water bottle. You'll push. No movement whatsoever. I mean, I couldn't move these at all. Even if it was like the slightest glance at all that possibly caused these to move, slightest glance of movement, from this water bottle, I gave it a hell of a lot more of a quote unquote pushing glancing blow. That's what I'm looking for right there.
More than would have been possible in that situation.
More than would have been possible. I could not move it, Mike. I'm telling you. I was like, I literally had to grab them and move them together. And when I say I have to move them together, this is going to sound ridiculous. That wasn't easy either. I don't know if it's because of the surface of the table. I'm not sure, but those were not rolling on their own, is what I'm saying. They were static. I don't know what moved them. Little tiny inexplicable things like that you cannot necessarily overlook.
Yeah. And you were alone the entire time. No children came bopping by or anything, of course. So.
Absolutely not. Now, again, is it evidence? Of course it isn't. Is it paranormal? I don't flipping know. It's not even exciting by any means, but it's just interesting little things like that.
Right.
I wish I could illuminate you all properly as to how difficult it was to move those pencils back into that position, because that's what bugged me. I don't know how they rolled back. And then I said, did I subconsciously do that? When I was sitting there looking back at my computer and I'm typing la 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 la, did I subconsciously reach over there with my left hand and move the pencils back together and put them down and then go back and go, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
What
subconsciously you did that. Subconsciously you did that so you could freak yourself out later.
Yeah, that's just a thing.
You know, the thing that I think of is that the way it sounds from the way you had them, and so intricately and specifically had them sitting there, lead to lead.
You can say it. It's OCD. Yes, it's.
No.
Weird.
Besides the point of OCD, I mean, we all have our issues, and that's
sure
we can deal with that. But it would have taken more manipulation than what you tried, to debunk it. It would have taken more manipulation for those pencils to end up how you found them.
Yeah.
I
just don't get it.
It would have had to have been specifically moved to where it is sitting next to the other pencil or up against it the way it was. It doesn't make any sense. And these are the things that, the possibilities that you come up with that may have made this happen that isn't paranormal, they're more ridiculous than if you just said they're paranormal.
Hey, what are you insinuating?
No, well, it's not a bad thing because you have to try everything, no matter if it's ridiculous or not, so you can rule everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that it makes more sense that this is something very simple, low level, non-exciting on a huge scale anyway.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Event. And it's not the first time that there's been something like, not like this, but something that has led to the feeling of paranormal, like the child that you had talked to that sees spirits there.
Exactly.
I mean, there's stuff that goes on there, and this could have been just a little reminder of, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much. It's just, I'm just going to screw around with this pencil, make you wonder a little bit, make you think about it. And it's, well, I easily go to the paranormal, but
for sure.
I think it over, I can't think of anything other than a neat little paranormal event.
Yeah. And I think you said in your text message that in your reply, you're like, well, somebody, something was trying to get your attention for whatever reason.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they saw an opportunity by, chucking the pencil on the floor that wasn't that. I swear to God, Mike, I swear it was not in my pathway when I got up to go to the restroom, and it was there when I got back.
And that can be a very common poltergeisty type
poltergeist
event. Well, you know what?
Yes. No, I know. So, hey, take it as happens. It is. Listeners, what do you guys think about? I mean, we all have quote unquote mundane, unexplainable experiences. It happens probably more often than we even realize. I'm sure it happens to people like me because I just dismiss them. Like,
it happens.
Okay, whatever.
Well, how many things happen that we don't even notice enough to dismiss them?
Yes.
how many of our listeners have things that happen that they just, that's really weird, but they blow it off and don't give it another thought. I mean, it happens a lot. And I thought what I thought was interesting, and I did mention in our texting, is that it was interesting. Like the week before, when I had that very simple little paranormal event that I can't figure it out, Mary can't figure it out, with the little tiny tape measure that I was looking for.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's there underneath that roll of tape, that packing tape. No idea how it could have gotten there. No idea.
Very subtle little signs that we just all have to open our minds to and say, "Cripes, maybe someone was there, Mike, and trying to get my attention."
And probably giggling when they did it.
Right.
We must realize that the veil is thin. It's thin more often than not, I think.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that one for sure, Mike. Mike, you ready to dive into some silly, I don't know what you want to call them. Silly, not necessarily slimy, not necessarily subtle. I'm really sucking at my alliterations right now. Because I don't want to call them ridiculous. Because again, people claim to have experienced these. And we don't want to come across as being totally dismissive of this.
Crazy, out of this world cryptids.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what fits.
And we can't sit there and believe everything just blindly either. And we never have. We've never claimed to do that. We always look at things with an open-minded, skeptical point of view.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is just hilarious, though.
It is. We have proven that in past years.
I'll think of a title before I post it. Well, obviously, I'll have to. It's kind of part of posting a podcast.
Title to come. Just put
title to come. There you go. Yeah. Mystery topic. Ooh, maybe that mystery topic. You have to tune in for at least 20 minutes, which counts as a download, just to find out what we're talking about.
Make sure it's at 20 minutes. Oh, damn it!
Did you know that? It was like years ago when they changed that. Like all podcast providers. Gosh, it was 2019 or 2020 or something, or 2021. I don't know. Totally redid the requirements for what would count as a download. Used to be able, you click on it, you have to listen to only like 5 minutes, I think, if not less, and that would count as a download. Now you have to listen to damn near the whole entire episode before it counts as a download.
And when that changed, you got really scared.
Yeah, well, we lost all of them. Every one of them gone. Poof.
No.
Gosh, where should I start, Mike? I got some good ones here. Well, hopefully good ones.
Start with the less funny.
The less funny?
Okay. Of comedy and humorousness.
Well, we'll see. Well, we're not saying that's going to be comedic, but
we can make it comedic.
We might have mentioned this one before. This first example, primary source is Charles Berlitz's Without a Trace from 1985. This encounter involves the witness Bruce Monnier, who was in fact Monnier, who was himself verifiably real, but a little strange.
He had a birth certificate.
He had a birth certificate, yes, and he called what he experienced as a, quote, underwater, abominable snowman.
Underwater?
A deep sea abominable snowman.
I don't recall this one. Are you sure we've talked about this one? I don't think we have.
I don't know. Monnier was certain it was not a turtle. So it has to be a snowman.
I think that's a damn snowman.
But it is not as strange as the name makes it sound. Nothing humanoid about it beyond its face. If it wasn't mistaken identity, it could easily have been a mer horse, if you accept the existence of that cryptid.
It was a pike with a human face.
There you go. Ooh, that would be terrifying. So this is an excerpt or a quote. I'm going to read directly from Mr. Monnier. And it reads, "We were south of Great Isaac Light near the drop-off. I was looking at the bottom while I was being trolled along on a line behind a 30-foot boat built especially for diving and salvage work. I could see a sandy bottom at 35 to 40 feet. Isn't that like a porn name? Sandy bottom.
Yeah, they do all their scenes on the beach.
On the beach. Starring Sandy Bottom. And I was deep enough to see ahead of the boat and some sort of round turtle or big fish about 200 pounds became visible.
That ain't no turtle.
That ain't no turtle. It became visible, and I went lower to get a good look. It turned and looked at me at a 20-degree angle. It had a monkey's face.
I love it.
With its head protruding out in front, a much longer neck than a turtle, 4 more times the length of a human neck. Good golly, Miss Molly.
It sounds like a big old snapper.
Hey, it does. No kidding. It rotated its neck like a snake as it watched me. The eyes were like those of a human being, but enlarged. It looked like the face of a monkey. Yeah, right. It looked like the face of a monkey with specially adapted eyes for underwater vision. When it got a good look at me, it took off using, Mike, some form of propulsion that came from underneath.
It came from its bottom underneath.
It came, and that is the only, not verifiable, this is the only reported sighting of the deep sea abominable snowman.
That was the most drunken night that fisherman ever had. That's what happened.
That's right.
Boy, I'm stopping on. No more Southern comfort for me.
Oh my God, no kidding. Now we have seen snapping turtles, Mike. They're around here. And if you get too close,
I saved one crossing the road one time.
Oh, did you?
Out there in your parts, yes.
That's really cool.
But man, that's when I learned how far out their heads can come out.
I was just going to say that
their necks really are.
You don't want to get too close from a certain angle because
you got to grab them back by the butt.
And Mike, hey, in more ways than one, Mike. Yeah. That's words to live by.
And they smell really bad. Oh,
in Mike's world, you gotta grab them by the butt. It's another soundbite. Gosh, I gotta get going on.
You gotta grab them by the butt.
All right, moving on, Mike, because we got a few to share here before the night's over.
Yes.
We are now going to talk about a cryptid that roamed Michigan not that long ago.
The Michigan Mangler.
I am of course referring to the giant green squirrel of Amble.
Squirrel of Amble. The giant green squirrel of Amble.
And hold on.
Amble, Michigan.
I have to do this properly. And I, of course, am referring to the giant green squirrel.
When that sound came up, I found myself looking right at the camera going,
sorry if that was too loud, but I wanted to get everyone's attention.
Well, you got Mary laughing. She heard it.
I am going to do that for every one of these lovely creatures. Now, Amble, Michigan is a tiny town located in Montcalm County. Just so people know. During Amble's peak, it was a fully functioning town with a blacksmith, church, a cider mill, creamery, depot, feed mill, lumber outlets, the post office, produce store, a state company, sawmill, bar, and 2 general stores and 2 hotels. So it was kind of booming.
Most likely it has 4 bars. You got those tiny
probably
towns, more
at least 4. Yeah. At least 4. Yeah, the bars are usually the most numerous building.
That's the way it is in our little tiny town.
Nowadays, it is more of a ghost town as essentially no longer exists. But it is a ghost town cool in its own rights. But what makes Amble special is a legend, Mike, that goes along with the town. Of course, I am talking about the giant squirrel of Amble. Some claim the squirrel is a giant. They say it towers over the hills of Amble. Others say it's only as big as a small cow.
Which would still be pretty damn frightening.
That's pretty huge.
Squirrel the size of a cow. I'm not going by it.
No. Well, others state it is simply the size of a 1972 Buick. That's very specific.
I don't care if it's the size of a damn Beetle. Volkswagen Beetle. I'm not having nothing to do with it.
People who have seen the giant green squirrel of Ambles claim it has vibrant green fur. And reports of its eye color.
Freshly mowed grass.
Hey, I wonder if it traverses like electrical wires, like I see them always doing all the time, jumping from pole to pole.
Not if it's the size of a truck or whatever.
No, definitely not. 1972 Buick, like I said, very specific. Reports of its eye color, Mike, range from person to person. Some say it's red, some say the eyes are yellow, some say blue, some say brown.
I had a 1972 Buick.
Did you?
Buick Century. Boy, I love that car.
Did you have a giant furry tail taped to it?
No, but it was green.
Okay, I think we're getting down to the root of this mystery. Did you, by chance, drive around Michigan?
No.
Okay.
No, I never have.
The giant green squirrel of Amble makes the same noises as a normal squirrel, but its chirps, grunts, and squeaks, Mike, echo through the hills surrounding the community. It is often seen when the moon is just a sliver and the night's dark. And of course, apparently being a little drunk helps increase your chance of a sighting. So,
of course.
Suffice to say, a lot of these reports were submitted by drunk people. But doesn't necessarily mean they aren't reliable.
Well, people got tired of telling everybody that they seen a pink elephant.
So exactly. I mean,
and
regardless of what you think the giant green squirrel of Amble may or may not be, people have claimed to have seen it, Mike.
Right. So it stems from somewhere.
It stems from something.
But where would this thing hide when it's not seen? I mean, if it's a giant, I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of caves in Michigan. Well, there's some pretty deep, dark woods, though, that it could hide in, I would imagine, and stay in most of the time.
For sure.
So, yeah,
it's
possible.
The mystery remains. The mystery remains. Staying along the fantastical version of mundane, average, everyday animals, we also, Mike, have the mystery of the Griggstown. Hold on, the Griggstown cow. The Griggstown cow, Mike, is a mysterious cow. Would you ever guess that?
It's a cow the size of a green squirrel. Oh. Anyway.
Mysterious cow reported to have roamed parts of New Jersey.
Wow, there you go right there, New Jersey.
It is reported to inhabit the Millstone River floodplain and the Griggstown Lock of the Delaware and Raritan Canal in Griggstown in central New Jersey. A lot of people claim to have spotted this mysterious, pale-colored, sometimes luminous Griggstown cow. Some refer to it, Mike, as a ghost cow, appearing only on murky, foggy nights, appearing to only a select few who have spotted this mysterious, wandering, ghost-like cow. Been roaming around for over 30 years. 30 years, Mike. No joke. At the time of its sightings, the area was mostly suburban homes and open fields. The then canal was now a state park, and the walking trail so reports of a lone, ownerless cow wandering a suburban park for decades.
So, is this just like a regular size cow? It's not a giant.
It was reported. It was reported to local authorities, Mike. It was reported to local authorities, which included New Jersey Water Authority employees who phoned the DNR Canal Park office and reported that they had heard from a witness who had not only seen the Griggstown ghost cow, but in fact that it was lying in a ravine not far from the canal.
Lying in a ravine.
Employees of the Griggstown Fire Department, the state park, and the New Jersey Fish and Wildlife Service all were dispatched, and to their surprise, in fact, found a very old, arthritic, weather-beaten bull.
But back way off in the distance, in the fog, you hear, My name is Elsie.
Presumably,
I don't
the Griggstown cow's failing eyesight is responsible for its few recorded sightings, and probably just couldn't see very well on foggy days where it was most likely to be noticed. It was a wandering, old, arthritic, blind cow as the source for the ghostly Griggstown cow.
Way back in the 80s, the Jefferson brothers, they took that luminescent paint and they went after that old bull.
They did.
That never washed off, so.
Sad to say, Mike, the cow was removed from the ravine and shortly thereafter passed away. So, as did the legend of the Griggstown ghost cow.
Okay. I found that a fun story.
Are you ready for the next one?
Oh, geez. Let's go.
Again,
I'm ready.
People have reported this stuff.
Yeah.
And I apologize that my dun 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 is so loud, but it's apropos.
It is.
Apropos. This next one, Mike, revolves around a single sighting that dates back to 1948.
Mm-hmm.
And reported by one Virginia Staples. It's a brief encounter, but terrifying nonetheless. Of course, Mike, I am referring to the giant shrimp in the laundry room. That's right. The giant shrimp.
Boy,
my
mind went all over the place there. Go ahead.
Affectionately referred to as Shrimpy. This strange cryptid allegedly sighted by Virginia Staples way back in 1948. The only encounter, in fact, with Shrimpy, the giant laundry room shrimp. In fact, the encounter was published, Mike, in an issue number 6 of Strange Magazine. Are you familiar with Strange Magazine back in
I have heard of it. I think I've had an issue of it here and there in my collectibles.
Did you have an issue with your issues?
Mm-hmm.
The sighting occurred in The sighting occurred in Bremerton, Washington in 1948. Again, the aforementioned woman, Virginia Staples, was living in an apartment on Denny Street in Bremerton. Are you writing down Strange Magazine?
No.
Are you writing down Virginia Staples?
No. I'm writing down Staples. Go ahead.
Now, her apartment had a large basement, Mike, with holes in the walls that were rumored to lead to a water source and the sewers of Bremerton. Okay, I see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
So while in her large apartment basement, doing laundry, I suppose, and hanging clothes in the aforementioned, again, basement, Staples felt as if she was being watched. Upon turning around, Mike, in one of the huge holes in the basement wall, there in fact stood...
I know what it was. All of a sudden, she turns around and there's a face of Billy Barty looking out this little hole, staring at her, watching her fold her panties.
What, Billy Barty was a peeping Tom? What?
No, he was a great actor. Anyway, go ahead.
Enough of that.
Yeah, I know. I pushed it.
No, it was good. It was good. As we said, that's the only described encounter of Shrimpy, the giant laundry room shrimp, Mike.
Yeah.
Not to be messed with, okay? Not to be made fun of.
The only sighting. Okay, but she turned around and
she turned around. No, when she turned around, she saw through one of those giant holes in the walls.
Yeah.
Shrimpy, the giant laundry room shrimp. So I don't know how big are these holes. I mean, did she see like the entire shrimp in the hole? Was it just, did it somehow flood in from the sewer? People flush their discarded shrimp supper. Or was it literally like a 6-foot hole in the wall? It's a dude standing there dressed up as a crustacean.
That reminds me of that picture that I wish I had somewhere of you in that hole in my basement in Park Rapids. looking out. It's like I could just picture you. There's a shrimp in here.
But I take that personally because shrimp is a very crude term to describe someone who of not exactly towering height.
You actually seeing something in there.
Okay. All right. But of course, Mrs. Staples screamed in terror and ran away and never to return to said apartment basement. So who knows what happened to Shrimpy, the giant laundry room shrimp.
Well, she probably scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
The Shrimpy probably never came back to that basement again.
I don't think. Why would you?
I don't know. That sounds made up, but go ahead.
Hey, again, we're not dismissing anything offhand, right?
We are not judging.
I mean, it's obviously. I mean, if you say that was made up, what about the damn giant green squirrel?
Yeah. Well, she could have seen like a salamander. Salamanders. I've seen a salamander in my basement one time. Creepy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yep.
No,
I have memories.
They're nasty.
I have memories of seeing salamanders out at our cabin. Well, it wasn't ours. It was my uncle's cabin. We visited it during the summer on occasion. And he had the big water well inside the house, with the water pump. I still see it because I can't remember if it was my dad or my brothers were showing me. He's like, look down here. And they shown it with a flashlight. And they're down by the pump. We're just crawling around all these damn salamanders. It's just like, wow, what the hell? I didn't like it.
Like mud puppies. Ugh, nasty.
I also ran over a massive one with my lawnmower at one point.
Yeah.
That was just out at the old house here, not that many years ago. It was huge. I felt bad because I chopped it in half, and I saw one half of it, and it was like, good God, how big was this thing? And how did I not see it?
Then, like 2 weeks later, you see it still. It's going along with its two front legs.
Right.
And it's growing its back body.
Well, we hear tales.
Its body.
No pun intended. We hear tales of being able to regrow those tails. I'm not sure if they can regrow an entire half of their body, but
no, probably not. No.
This next case, Mike, I am talking about the Geometrogradus celioretractus, better known as Wapaloosie.
Wapaloosie.
Wap babaloo bam, wap bamboo. Wapaloosie. Ooh. Yeah, sorry, bad. The Wapaloosie, Mike, of course, as you know. No? As a fearsome critter.
It was found in the autobiography of the Big Bopper.
There you go. Or Little Richard, one of the two.
One of the two. I don't know.
A fearsome critter, Mike, of lumberjack history of North America. First appearing in the early 19th century. It was said, Mike, that Wapaloosie. You can't help but picture Little Richard every time I say that now.
I know.
Wapaloosie. Anyways, it was said that Mr. Lucy lived in damp forests in North Idaho by the St. Joe River to the Pacific coast. It was described, Mike, as the size of a sausage dog.
And boy, could it wear eyeliner.
Okay, are you referring to Little Richard again?
Yeah, I loved Little Richard.
I loved him too.
One of a kind.
As hell.
Oh, extreme.
The size of for sure. Size of a sausage dog with the feet and toes of a woodpecker.
What?
You heard me.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Not only that, Mike, its tail was said to be covered in spikes, which were used to help it climb said trees. The Wapaloosie feeds only on mushrooms that grow on trees and has become very agile, climbing much like a squirrel.
And likes the red spotted ones best.
Probably. Yeah, who doesn't? Early sightings, Mike, include lumberjack stories of how they tell of hunters and camp. Oh, listen to this name. This is not made up. Not made up. But listen to the name. Camp Hump Tulips.
Tulips. You find that right next to Sandy Bottoms in the
I
video
think so.
store.
Sandy Bottom, right next to Humptulips.
Anyway.
Early tales tell of a hunter in Camp Humptulips who once shot a Wapaloosie. Stop it. And on investigating the corpse, decided to make a pair of
Wapaloosie.
Shot Wapaloosie. And it went bang. He decided after shooting the Wapaloosie to make a pair of gloves with the Wapaloosie's skin. Oh, why not? He needed some gloves.
I gotta show you this new pair of Wapaloosie gloves I got. Oh, boy.
Wappa what? Wapaloosie. This is where it gets even weirder, Mike. Hard to believe.
And then he made them too small, so they're Wapatidy and not Wapaloosie. Sorry.
Where's my dun 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 dun? I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry I said that.
Okay. Well, computer
There you go.
Computer Mike likes it. So where the hell was I? Oh, after flaying the Wapaloosie, he tanned the skin and made gloves with great care with the fur of the Wapaloosie on the outside. But when he put them on, Mike, to show it to his friends, the most bizarre thing happened. When the hunter picked up his axe, the gloves naturally moved by themselves to the top of his axe blade. The man dropped his axe in horror, but discovered that whatever he picked up his hands, gloves would climb to the top because they could no longer find a tree. He then discarded his newly made gloves, now useless, and then in horror watched the living Wapaloosie gloves climbing up the trees of the forest.
I would have put that thing on tour and made a ton of money.
Never to be seen again.
I don't know. I have nothing.
You were speechless? Speechless on that one?
I have nothing.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh,
well,
man.
maybe Computer Mike. Do you have more to offer?
I have nothing.
Okay.
Oofta. This is pure silliness. Pure silliness.
Never. We're never silly. Just a few more to share here, Mike, before we wrap it up. This is one of my favorites just because I love saying the name. I love it. I am, of course, referring to a shy mythical creature from Pennsylvania. A creature so ugly, Mike, that it lives in sadness. I am, of course, referring to the squonk.
The squonk. Squonk. Is that the sound that it makes too? I'm just a sad squonk.
The squonk.
Yeah, but I'm a squonk.
Yeah, why'd have to be a squonk of all things?
God has cursed me.
First famously described in William T. Cox's 1910 book, Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, the squonk is known for its extreme, Mike, melancholy. And its ugly, warty, loose-fitting skin. Over its appearance, it constantly weeps. The squonk does. If captured, the squonk is said to dissolve completely into a pool of tears.
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
Is that so wrong? I'm the squonk. Squonk.
Oh.
Squonk, I want you to know.
I can't.
I
can't. Squonk is described as a small pig-like creature with a warty, baggy skin. It is said to inhabit northern Pennsylvania hemlock forests. It's notoriously shy, well, of course, it's reclusive. It moves primarily at twilight or on moonlight nights to avoid seeing its own reflection. When threatened or trapped, it dissolves into a pool of tears. However, hunters have learned to follow its tracks by following tear-stained trails.
Just to give it a hug.
And of course, in symbolism, the squonk is often considered, go figure, a sad sack Yeah, of course. Sounds like a damn sad sack.
Yeah.
Ah,
A sad sack of loosely hanging skin.
another sad fact about the squonk is its diet, Mike. It is said to travel in circles searching for food, sometimes on the brink of starvation. Good Lord, what a depressing cryptid! The squonk! I don't ever want to see a squonk.
I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. It's just to be pitied.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the you need to look up some of the imagery, some of the artistic renderings of the squonk. Oh,
I can imagine. Oh, the poor thing.
Just a few more, Mike. A few more.
Yes.
Oh, crap. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour, so I need to run down. The next one, Mike, I am referring to a mysterious 7-foot-tall robot-like entity which was encountered by 2 children in Sandown, Isle of Wight in May 1973. I am, of course, referring to the Sandown Clown, baby. That's right. Described as a mix of clown and a robot with triangular eyes, yellow hat, and a green-red outfit. It is said to have conversed with the children near a stream. The being, Mike, which claimed to be, quote, All Colors Sam. That's what he said his name was. All Colors Sam. Spoke through a microphone and was described as friendly but shy, disappearing shortly after encountering these children. It was described as having a spherical head, yellow lips, a green tunic, 3-fingered blue gloves, and white trousers. Communicated using a microphone, acted friendly, and allegedly carried a book.
And a canteen of Kool-Aid around its neck. Golly, I'd rather see a squonk. Which I just looked up, and it is horrifying.
Isn't it horrible? Doesn't it look so sad?
Bad for it. I feel bad for it. Anyway, so this clown asshole,
this clown, half robot, 7 feet tall, described by 2 children, 1973. Of course, some people say it was merely a child's imagination. Some say it was a local prankster, a costume individual. However, 2 more paranormal explanations, including a ghost clown or an alien entity. You know, that green tunic and white trousers, and blue gloves.
Yeah.
However, they were 3-fingered blue gloves.
That sounds like somebody that could work in produce at a grocery store. Maybe. I don't know.
A little bit. Yeah, out on break.
I don't know.
If he's carrying a book, he's probably finding a place to read.
Yeah.
So if this is anywhere...
really a book.
If you had to choose, Mike, would you say this was a ghost of a clown, or do you think it would be an alien entity of some sort? Some sort?
I think it was 2 little kids back in 1973 that got a hold of their mom's Valium. Which, I could have done that when my mom was on Valium back then, but I did not, and I did not see a damn robot clown.
You didn't see the Sandown Clown, is what you're saying?
No, the Sandown Clown.
Yes, you're not down with the Sandown Clown.
No.
By no means.
No.
The children claimed that this encounter lasted for more than 30 minutes, and even though the creature was never seen again, it remains a notable, albeit obscure, case from 1970s British high strangeness or human encounters.
And it probably handed out little lint-covered old jujubes out of its pocket to the little kids.
I don't know.
Have a jujube?
Here you go. But like the half robot face description thing, that's just
that doesn't with triangular eyes, like
triangular eyes, yellow hat, yeah. And I'm actually seeing a statue, Mike, of the Sandown Clown. It's become, kind of a part of local folklore for sure.
Do they have the Sandown Clown Festival every year? I wonder.
Maybe they do. Maybe we need to look into attending the Sandown Clown Festival.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, Mike, to wrap it up, we will go back to some old favorites that we've shared several times in the past, but they're worthy of sharing again. Okay? You okay
again,
with that?
and again,
again,
and again.
We shall show them again. I remember when I first shared these with Mike, he almost died of laughter. But probably won't anymore because we're older and wiser and much more mature.
Oh, don't count on that.
Before I share this, I'm reading directly from the article here from Cryptid Wiki.
Okay.
They promise us this is not a troll. This is a legit sighting, supposed legit sighting.
Yeah, just like the sound down clown.
The sand down clown.
Sand down.
The squonk. The wop wapaloopy. The wop bam boom. Wapaloopy loopy susie. Whatever the hell his name was. Wapaloosy.
Wapatidy. The Wapatidy gloves. The Wapatoo tidy. Anyway, go ahead.
This monster I'm about ready to describe, Mike, is supposed to lurk underneath a pond in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada.
Beautiful place.
Now, in terms of ridiculousness, it isn't much different than most other lake monsters, other than, let's say, its unflattering name. I, of course, Mike, am referring to the infamous, famous, and lovely the dildo monster, Mike. You remember the old dildo monster?
Yeah.
The dildo monster, a supposed monster that lurks underneath Dildo Pond.
Just the fact that there's a pond named Dildo. Dildo Bagans.
According to the couple that claimed to see it, they claimed that it was actually bigger than Ogopogo. Holy cow.
That's
Which
one
they
big dildo.
That's one big dildo, baby.
Anyway,
Which the couple seemed to be gloat about, making it likely that it was an attempt to make Dildo Canada more recognizable. However, no further reports of the dildo monster, Mike, were made, with visitors calling the concept odd for such a large creature to be in a small pond. Yeah, that makes sense.
so it doesn't actually
dildo
look like a
monster.
dildo. It's just it's named after the region.
After the lake. It's a sea monster similar to Ogopogo that supposedly resides under a
I would have
pond.
called it something different.
Dildo monster. Take it as you will.
Yeah. Or not.
Or not. Oh, this one's great as well, Mike. This one was first reported in the 1930s by a couple visiting the town of Schneiderhof.
Schneiderhof?
Schneiderhof. And in fact, there have been over 60 reported incidents, Mike, since this sighting. I have, of course, am referring to the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
Well, keeping on subject matter here, we got the dildo monster. We got the dong wrangler.
The dong wrangler. You recognize the names, right?
I do. How can you forget?
First reported, as I said, in the early 1930s by a couple visiting the town of Schneiderhof in the country then known as Czechoslovakia. The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler is a creature locally known. What? Oh, had a small moment there. Creature locally well known for its ability to wrangle multiple dongs at will.
So what is the definition of a dong in this story? I mean, because all I'm picturing is some weird looking cryptid with this running penises in front of it. I said the word penis. I'm sorry. But anyway.
There have been over 60 reported incidents of dong wrangling from all over Czechoslovakia, but in particular, most of them taking place in the Plzeň region, or the Plzeň region. The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler. Legend, made up, absolute BS, you decide.
I can't.
Oh, this isn't the one I'm going to share isn't the one I was going to end with, but there are stories of a witness here. One Jennings Frederick, who's claimed to be attacked by the stalk of a giant humanoid plant with 3 7-inch long fingers, needle-like tips, and suction cups.
Mm-hmm.
That's simply known as Veggie Man.
Okay, give me more material for this one.
I kind of gave you the good ones. That wasn't the one I was going to cover, but I was like, oh,
okay, go ahead.
Veggie Man. No, we're going to wrap it up with this one, Mike.
Okay, Veggie Man. He's confined to bed for the rest of his life.
He's a Veggie Man is an Veggie Man is an honorable mention for this. How's that?
Okay, got it.
This final one, Mike, and you'll recognize its lovely name. This sighting took place in a central Florida town 15 minutes away from Orlando. There have, in fact, been numerous reports and sightings of this alleged creature. This creature is said to stand over 7 feet tall, Mike. Mm-hmm. Before I go any further, introductions are needed. Of course, I am referring to the legendary Oviedo Dick Monster. That's right, boys and girls. We're wrapping it up with the Oviedo Dick Monster.
God, I thought you said Velveeta, and
not Velveeta.
Right with
Oviedo.
That didn't compute in my mind. The Velveeta Dick Monster.
The Velveeta
cheesy.
Yes, fake, disgusting cheese. In the central town of Oviedo, 15 minutes away from Orlando, there have been numerous reports and sightings of an alleged cryptid, Mike. This cryptid is said to stand 7 feet tall when, you guessed it, fully erect.
I did not see that coming.
It has a long, phallus-shaped body. No. What? With 2 round legs.
Boy, you should see that stumpy thing run.
Thus,
boy, you should see the tracks it leaves.
Thus, you could always tell when it's just scurrying along on its round, stumpy legs, or maybe perhaps lying down, slithering its way. Of course,
screaming
that's how
a high-pitched whine all the way. Wee! Wee!
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know. Anyways.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, actually, that's what you hear the whole time.
Yeah. And some nights you see it with a long, flowing purple cape flowing in the wind behind it as it runs.
There it is. There it goes.
Get there, yeah.
Of course, you understand why
it says after it's done and lays down. It's anyway. Go ahead.
Are you done, honey?
Gets tired out. Anyway, go ahead.
You can obviously see and understand why it inherited the name, the Dick Monster. Most sightings take place at night in the woods of the Stillwater neighborhood. It should be noted, Mike, that this location is where many teenagers go to smoke cannabis. As a matter of fact, all sightings have been from teenage stoners. So there you go. The Oviedo Dick Monster. Your thoughts, Mike? Yeah, pretty cool.
I think their marijuana is laced with something.
I see visions of fully erect cryptids in the shape of a...
Yeah.
Yes, you get it. You get it.
Anyways. Amazing.
Well, Mike, we made it through. I hope you found this. I hope you found this fairly humorous and brightened your night a little bit.
It did quite a bit, but I want to apologize for my vulgarities throughout the entire episode because I had no choice.
I
had no choice.
I didn't hear one vulgarity. How about you?
Didn't.
Chris Walken?
God damn it!
Oh,
I didn't.
He's disappointed.
I didn't come up with the subject matter, so.
Oh, there's a dick monster!
Ow! That high-pitched whining, screaming noise as it's running by with its long, flowing, velveteen, purple cape. Oh, I'm sorry. Those are just old man balls. It's not a cape. Ow!
Ooh.
Ow! The vulgarity continues.
It's not vulgar. It's just silly. It's good times. We need to lay back and let loose every now and then. Mike, you got to do it. Got to do it. It's Friday. You need to take your mind off take your mind off the world every now and then, and just remind yourself that humor still does exist. And again, we're not dismissing all these entirely. Maybe people did see a giant dildo somewhere, and thought it was a living creature. I don't know.
I'm sure you can buy them in many sizes.
Probably. Mike, this has been fun. Thanks. I appreciate it. Can you get to work on some AI imagery for the episode?
Absolutely right away. Right away.
Send them my way.
I'll do some AI dongs or something.
There you Well, make sure it's something I can post. Make sure it's something I can post. So,
I wouldn't do that, Dan.
Well, rest easy to Squonk and Wapaloosie and the Green Squirrel of Ambo, the Deep Sea Abominable Snowman, the Grigstown Ghost Cow, the Sandown Clown, the Dildo Monster, the Oviedo Dick Monster, and of course, last but not least, the Czechoslovakian Dong Wrangler. So,
I feel sorry for the sanity of everyone that has had to deal with these cryptids in real life.
No kidding. Oh man,
they will never be the same. Quite traumatized.
Try to go to sleep, honey. I swear you didn't see it. I swear it's not real. But mom, but mother.
In the meantime, there's a very large phallic-looking thing in the dark corner in the closet.
Oh, that's right. Don't forget about the giant laundry room shrimp, old shrimpy, staring at the old lady. Go. All right, Mike. This has been fun. And if you guys have made it this far and you enjoy the content, no better way to support it. If you feel like supporting the podcast and giving our Patreon page a shot, you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. Over 500 exclusive posts, including over 110 exclusive episodes you can't listen to anywhere else. It's growing by leaps and bounds. Lots of cool content on there, including stuff from our own paranormal investigations. You can sign up for free. There's quite a few episodes that are free. There is free content on there to check it out, and no obligations. Try it out for a month for $1. You don't want to stick around? No problem. We thank you so much for giving it a shot.
Try it out for 5 hours, and if you don't like it,
which has been done.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Hey, we hold no grudges.
No. Thank them very much for giving it a shot.
Absolutely.
Mike, it's been a blast. Until next time, my friend, what do our paranormal pals need to do?
Peace out.